Not terribly sure how well today's live stream is going to go off. That there we go. We are from, where are we?
Don Julio Extension near High Precision.
Yeah, we're from Don Julio Extension near High Precision. And as you can see, even this street, it's got a handful of people on it, but not a whole lot. That someone had to come and get some blood drawn today and do some lab work. So I brought her down and am waiting to check out what's going on and just see what's here. On the way down, we noticed a few PNP
Yeah.
in the streets,
Okay, I can hear you.
and just heavier presence, but in the short distance we had getting here, it's less than a mile, even the roundabout way that we were brought here, that it just didn't happen. Can you send IB a link? He still can't figure this out.
Okay.
But I'll take you out and wander around a little bit. Cindy's waiting for one of the Carandarias here to open back up.
And wait for my results.
And yeah, that's why we're waiting, is to wait for her results back from the lab. That they said they'll be up by 9:30, so. But I know a couple people like to follow along where we're at. We're right behind Century Plaza Hotel Complex. That might be the easiest way to figure it out where we're at. That's not a cop, it's somebody selling stuff. But yeah, this is it. This is normally a street you risk your life walking down the side of, and there just is no traffic. I don't know how far I really dare go. So I'm not going to go too terribly far down this way. But the cross street right there is Osmania Boulevard. That way's the Circle and that way's the Capitol. But even for that, it is way less traffic. And like I said, we noticed a few PNP coming down, so I don't want to go mess with them. I'm not doing anything wrong, but I also don't invite problem either. Now they are doing some road construction, which is kind of cool. Mamuntak. That I'll go down towards the end of the block and see what's going on there. Now, back in November time frame, we had to come down here for Papa and realized we could park on this little side street, so that's where we came. That they didn't have a whole lot of parking on the main street. Not terribly sure how long. Mahambudak. Yeah, I just picked up some laming, something like that. Vegetable lumpia for Cindy. They didn't have any chicken ready. Now over here, that Punakana corner, that we got some food last time we were here. Puente Pension House. I'm not entirely sure what all is here, but they do talk about, they got a sign back here that says breakfast, lunch, and barbecue nights. So I may come back and see if they're open for business. But yeah, Cebu Dock is right in here somewhere. We passed it on the way through, but I'm not entirely sure where it's at this point. But yeah, not daring to get out into the public areas may very limit how much live stream I'm doing. And in here, through this building coming up, right through there I can get to Puente Circle, and I may just go ahead and stick my head out. So you guys may lose signal for a minute, and I'm hoping to reconnect. But I'm trying to stay off of the main streets for right now. Main bundak. But yeah, this is a little pass through into one of the buildings. Right here's our favorite place, one of our favorite places, KFC. But I'm kind of curious what Puente Circle is going to look like. Yeah, Puente looks to be fairly busy. But I do notice everybody is wearing masks. That is one thing I will say. Not everybody's wearing face shield, but I do see everybody in masks, so that's good. Now, I've actually stayed at this Summit Circle Hotel a couple times. It's actually not a bad little inexpensive hotel. One of my vlogs, I actually have a review of the place.
Hey, my friend!
Maham Bundak!
I'm Buntak, my friend!
Live streaming!
Yeah! Always, good morning! Okay.
That,
Hi, my friend! Bye, good morning! Okay?
sige. Yeah, that's actually kind of cool, is even during this time that people are still, they're still friendly. They just got to deal with a bunch of crap that they normally wouldn't have to. I think I am going to get brave. I'm going to walk up and try to walk down that side street that I just came through. The one that I really didn't want to walk over to. Because if I was seeing PMP anywhere in this area, I'd expect them to be here. But I've got face shield and everything so that I could be made correct if need be. And hopefully nobody will question too badly on why I'm out on the street. That yeah, that was kind of my concern, is whether or not somebody would question my reason for being out, especially just doing a live stream. But I see enough people just walking around and getting to places that I'm a little bit more confident. hopefully this is just an all a brouhaha and will end up being like the other one. Yeah, that McDonald's has been out of Egg McMuffins for the last 8 months. That this may not be quite as bad as I was thinking, or quite as bad as it is appearing. They're not really enforcing new rules, but they are just enforcing rules that have already been here. Well, la cuarta. Voila. Uh-oh. That was the other reason why I didn't like coming down here is anytime I've hit Fuentes, I've had a bunch of beggars come up. Which, even under normal circumstances, is understandable, but right now, you really feel bad for them. Yeah, the jeepneys are making really limit their passengers. Buses heading out into the province areas, I guess most of them are having to have a PMP officer on board because they were, as soon as they got out of the city, they were picking up anybody and everybody. And a couple of them got busted for doing it, and enough so that they decided to put a PMP officer on each of them. But yeah, this is that corner that I was at just a few minutes ago. That's a parking officer. He kind of controls where everybody parks. That we parked around the corner, so a different officer for that area. But yeah, this is the lab Cindy went into this morning. Got the blood draw, and she'll get the results here about 45 minutes to an hour. That they do express testing for pregnant women and all that fun stuff, so. Fresh bananas. Uh-oh, somebody's in a hurry. That it just doesn't want to get backed into, I'm not sure which, but. But yeah, stuff like that is dirt common here normally. And this is all but vacant for normal traffic. The last few months, basically since we've been here, traffic hasn't been too terribly bad. That any of you guys have been through Cebu City under normal circumstances can definitely understand that one. That normally you have a hard time walking across streets. The traffic is so insane. Hey, good morning, Mr. Ivy. How you doing? Yeah, trying to sell towels. Yes, I'm gonna get in. That, yeah, this is probably gonna turn into a talking head video.
My hair is up again.
There we go. Oop. Yeah, there just isn't a whole lot of traffic or everything else going on. And so I walked, did you see? That I walked over to Fuentes, walked up, walked back. Not a whole lot of people. I just hit the horn.
Hi, David.
All right, hang on just a second. I'm gonna try. There we go.
My internet is so slow.
Well, that you even have internet out in public is kind of a blessing. There we go. Yeah, you're just gonna get to see me. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm good. You're so sweet. You're including me.
There we go. Now you can kind of see both of us.
You could tilt more in your direction.
There we go. Yeah, Cindy's got the really cool portable fan that for this weather we definitely need it. That it has been insanely humid the last few days. Probably only going to do a 15-20 minute, maybe 20-30 minute live stream at this point.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah, at one point I had 3 different pair of glasses. There we go. Yeah, now I can see comments. You're gonna have to read me comments because I can't see them. That oh, there we are. Morning, Mr. David. How you doing today? That's why I didn't see that comment. I thought I just wasn't able to read it. I had screwed up and put comments a little further up than I thought. But yeah, in Cebu City, we're gonna kind of be careful that I wanted to go to Wilcon, but I'm not sure that that's a great idea today. May try it tomorrow. We are gonna go to One Pavilion.
Maybe. Yeah.
We're probably gonna go to One Pavilion today and see what's there and how open it is to get there.
Emphasize on mood, depending on my mood.
Yeah, that Cindy's not feeling terribly well. It is. It's not so much hot, but it's humid enough that I think I saw a trout pass by an hour ago. Yeah, that it's not terribly comfortable for anybody in her condition. It's exceedingly uncomfortable, and she is having struggling she's struggling with mood issues. Ain't gonna deny that one. Ain't gonna disagree with that one. But I can understand that. Oh, thank you. Normally I don't like that, but today I will gladly accept it.
I'll give you more than 5 seconds.
Yeah, normally I only get about a 3-second shot, and I think I'm actually up to 5-second shots today, but
It's not so hot.
yeah, and like I said, it's not really hot. It's just, it's only about 85, 80, 85, but it's about 90% humidity.
Hi, Kuya Paul. Happy morning.
Hey, how you guys doing today? David, we haven't had a problem moving around yet.
Hi, Michael. And hi.
We haven't went very far. That this is only kilometer, 2 kilometers from the house, so it's just under a mile. Even the way we go, it's right at a mile from where we live, which is a huge blessing for getting this house that we did in the end. But we didn't see any checkpoints, but we did see PMP walking in the neighborhoods and stuff like that. You know, walking in the streets. That as you saw, that we did see mask usage out of everybody. Not so much face shield, but did see masks. So I think a lot of that's getting more enforced.
Michael and Heidi. Hello. Kuya Paul said we are hot also.
Yeah. Hey there, Michael and Heidi. I haven't seen you guys in a while. How is everything going over there?
Oh, I'll give you this. And then I need to pee. I need to go back to the pipeline.
I'll take that with you.
No, I'm good. I'll walk.
Okay.
I'll not bring my bag because it's kind of heavy.
Okay. How do I turn this on? Okay.
Yeah, just turn it on.
If it gets terribly hot, I will. That she needs to go find a restroom.
And I'll just stay there for 15 minutes and wait for the result, okay?
Oh, okay, so you're just gonna hang out there?
Yeah, because there's air con there. Sorry.
Ziggy.
I'll grab the
Oh, okay, you're gonna leave the water? Oh, no,
Yeah.
you're taking the water?
I'll leave the one. Can you see it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Love you.
Yeah, I just gotta move up a
Alexa
little bit
for
closer. She should be getting the results here in about 10 minutes or so, so she's gonna head over there and see if she can speed him up on getting him back.
I actually did the rush because I don't want to come back.
Oh, okay, so you paid an extra few pesos?
Yeah, like 50 pesos.
Oh boy. A whole whopping $1 to get an extra rush system.
It's
Get
supposed
results
to be
within-
170 and then I rush it.
Oh, so it was like 200 pesos? Yeah. So about $5 to get lab tests done here. And that's complete out-of-pocket money. Yeah, Paul, you guys have got just blistering heat. That we've got insane humidity. It's not so much hot. It's just I normally don't mind humidity, but this is a little excessive.
I need to bring my tissue. They don't have tissue there when you pee or wipe something. So that's one thing here.
Yeah.
Tissue. Kahit sani care many ones.
There we go. Yeah, if you go to the bathrooms here, most of the bathrooms you have to bring your own toilet paper. Gotta love that one. Very cool. Good to see you guys are doing well, Michael and Heidi. We're still kind of looking to go back in this spring, hopefully. Pila.
This is 15 pesos.
I'm buying some water.
Thank you.
Salamat. Yeah, 15 pesos. About 35 cents. Yeah, during the heat, best to stay hydrated. And during this, you are sweating like crazy. In Phoenix, you sweat, but it evaporates so quick that it really doesn't do any good. But you don't feel wet and sticky. Here, you sweat horribly, and it just doesn't evaporate because the air's already saturated. The upside to the heavy sweating is because you sweat so bad, if you can get breeze, which is why I rolled on the back windows and everything, it actually doesn't feel too bad. It makes it a lot better. And so that's the advantage to these fans and stuff like that Cindy got is it helps immensely. And yeah, I got the fan just outside of the camera view here. That it's working. It's earning its keep. Yeah, it was 399 pesos for the little fan like this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a little portable battery operated fan. And for moments like this, it's actually really handy. And a lot of times when we're sitting at a traffic light or something like that, Cindy will turn it on. Bureau of Jail Management truck just went by. And when it gets real humid like this, yeah, it does. It slows you up quite a bit. We've been kind of lazy the last couple days. But it's just that time of year here in the Philippines or here in Cebu. I guess it does vary a little bit around. I was talking with one of the other people, and it's from far north, Luzon. And they said it's not quite as bad, but they've been getting a little bit more rain than normal. The next few days is going to tell whether or not how badly they're doing this round of lockdown. But I guess there's a Lambda variant now that they're talking about. Talking with a friend of mine back in the States, that I guess that's been the talk of the town lately. So one of the tourism people, one of the officials for the tourism industry, not the government, but the industry agency, was complaining, lamenting on Facebook that it's looking like it may be 2023 before things open back up again. I know a few of you have talked about coming this October. This October at the beginning of the year. My sister's talking about coming out. I don't think my sister's going to make it at this point. That unless there's a huge turnaround, I don't see. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I am hoping I'm hugely wrong, but I kind of don't see tourists being allowed back in before spring. So I just don't know. I just don't know that this trip to the Philippines has been the most bizarre trip that we've had so far. Some of it has just been, personal issues that we've had, but a lot of it's just been not able to travel around, not able to move around, not able to go anywhere. Back a couple months ago, I looked at going to Butuan. That we've got some friends down there, and I've got some back issues, and I'm claustrophobic. I don't do the MRIs. The doctor I see wanted to schedule an MRI, but the nearest open MRI is in Butuan, and he called up and said, yeah, they're available if you can get there. And he suggested that he can write out a prescription that I needed. Yeah, as far as heading out of Butuan, when I got in touch with our friends, that they said they were under a real bad shutdown a few months ago. So yeah, I don't know if they're still there. I don't know if they are. I think I read someplace where they're opening back up a little bit, or not as strict, but now we can't leave Cebu Island, so it just,
And CDO is under a huge lockdown, and that's where I think I'd wind up going, is through CDO, not through Nasipit, but because I don't know if I can get to Nasipit. So Nasipit's the port, the closest port to Butuan. But we wanted to go over to Negros to Dumaguete a few times, and just haven't been able to. Yeah, Michael and Heidi, that if you're looking to come back, I when we got here in October, I was really expecting, things were progressing and moving along, and I was really expecting to see things open by now, not get worse. And with the way things are going, I hate to say it, but it may be 2023 before it reopens like that. Being citizen or permanent resident helps, but it doesn't solve the problem. My 13A and her citizenship is what got us back in this time. We've known a couple people to come over on the 9G with a spouse, but Philippine Experience has been looking to come, and just hasn't been able to. A few people, Amazing Philippines and a few others, have made comment that if it's continued to shut down through this coming Christmas season, a lot of tourism may not be able to reopen. They may not survive. That'll have been 2 years in a row. That'll be the third consecutive Sinulog Festival. That'll be, that they're. No, I think that'll be the second consecutive, because all this crap came over just after Sinulog last year. This year's was the first one that they canceled, and this year was supposed to have been a major celebration because of the 500th anniversary of Sinulog. And there were a couple of events that happened, but they weren't terribly well advertised in advance. And at this point, we're actually a little concerned whether or not we'd be able to go back next spring, spring of 2022 to the U.S. That I don't know that it is, but a few friends are saying that there's talk of more shutdowns because of this Delta variant. So I don't know. Singapore has reopened. That they've accepted it's the flu and that it's not going to go away. It's not lethal like a lot of were saying it was. Take the normal, reasonable precautions for a very bad seasonal flu and move on with life. And they're reopening, and so hopefully the rest of the world will keep an eye on them and start reopening. But for people like IB, it's my understanding that Singapore's opening without the rules. That they're just turning the gates loose. I don't know if they're even doing testing of international entries at this point. That they're accepting it's a bad flu and moving on with life. And this is something I've had a talk with a few other friends about. During a normal bad flu season, they flat out tell you, don't go to the hospital. It's a flu. There's nothing they can do. And, they'll give you a list of symptoms that, if they've persisted for over 72 hours, yeah, you do need medical intervention. Go to the, at that point, yes, you go to the hospital, but otherwise, just get some rest, drink plenty of fluids, and tough it out. But Cindy frequently gets the flu in the U.S. I think probably, quite possibly, because she's not used to the normal, the flus that go around in the U.S. And the NyQuil began to be her best friend back there, and yeah, just buy some NyQuil. You'll get over it. November to March is a beautiful time to be here. Right now it's a little bit humid and muggy. And right now it's not bad. It's keep a breeze moving, it's fine. Right now being shut up in the car, I was getting a little bit hedgy. Too many people were starting to take looks and stuff like that, trying to do the walking live stream. I may do walking live streams from the neighborhood for the next week or so. If I can, that's all I can do. My apologies in advance, but I will at least get out walking. As much for my own health benefit is just to give you guys something different to look at besides just me. Yeah, Michael and Heidi, that if they stay shut up much longer, a lot of the smaller and even a lot of the bigger tourist places are going to be hurting badly, to the point where some of them may not reopen, or they may wind up having to change hands. Yes, they may have to get new investors come in with a bigger cash influx, and that's typically going to mean bigger hotel and resorts wind up taking over and buying out a lot of the smaller ones. But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know what the rest of the world is looking like, but the Philippines is hurting, and I hate to say it, but I don't know that they're hurting badly, and they need to get reopened. And hopefully the government does realize that soon. And I don't know. I've heard a lot of different statistics. I haven't read as much as I should be, read up on as much as I should be, and I probably could stand to, but from everything that I have read and do know so far, that it's not that bad. It is a seasonal flu. Early on in the outbreak, before COVID was a big deal, that I had an illness, and there is enough evidence to say that it was COVID, that I truly believe I had COVID. And yeah, it sucked. It was hard to breathe. I'm a 40-year plus smoker. In Phoenix, I do have congestion issues because of allergies, my age and everything else. But it was, you got through it. It sucked. It sucked bad. I was running 104 fever for almost 2 weeks straight. And you just toughed it out. And that was before everybody was in full-blown panic. And even if we were, I still don't think I would have went to the hospital. I just toughed it out. I'd take cold showers periodically to help with the fever, and that was it. But I've known 6 or 7 people, personally, in my genuine circle of friends that I know in real life personally. One of them wound up hospitalized over COVID, but they have bad asthma and have ever since they were a kid, and knew that it was. But even they didn't get. They were hospitalized. They were looking at getting ventilated, and they kept a very close eye on their blood oxygen count, and they just missed getting ventilated. But the other ones I knew never were even hospitalized for it. But every one of them admitted it sucked. It was a horrible flu. It was, but it was a flu, and they all recovered fine. I don't personally know anybody in my circle of friends that have passed away from it, but it's a bad flu. But I see someone walking up, and so as soon as she managed to get in, I'm gonna actually end this because I need to get driving, and I want to get her back to.
Hey, Dad, show it for now. My bag.
What about it?
I still need my bag
Oh,
because I need to use sanitizer and
okay. Here.
put my umbrella.
Lean your head in here.
Agoray. There we go.
That I'll give you a call when we get back to the house. That I'll show you our vehicle. But from Cebu City, mabuhay.
Bye.
We will see you in tomorrow.